Hi, my name is Kimsey Self. I am the owner of Progressive Health and Wellness and an integrative health and nutrition specialist. And in the business, we focus on helping people who are really struggling with a variety of different health concerns that are really impacting their quality of life and preventing them from being the person they want to be. So we work with a lot of digestive issues, skin issues, inflammatory conditions, autoimmune conditions, and more. And today we're joined with one of our clients, and she is going to describe what the process has been of working with us. So welcome. So glad that you could make it.
Hi, Kimsey. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course, of course. So if you could describe first, what were you feeling before we started working together? What was life like?
Yeah, so the reason I reached out to you was because I had noticed a few things that were happening for me. I had gotten sick a few times with strep throat and then some like mysterious bacterial bugs that required some pretty heavy antibiotics. And that seemed really out of character for me. I had typically been like really healthy. And so just felt like something was kind of off. And ever since that point, had really just struggled in several ways. I had kind of unexplained weight gain and energy levels were all over the place. I really like to exercise and train for half marathons every year, and I was really struggling finding the energy to do my workouts, trying to figure out what food to eat to support that, and like gaining weight, getting bloated, none of my clothes fit anymore, and nothing was adding up for me anymore. I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I ended up trying the Whole30 because I had heard about it. My mom had tried it before. And so I did a month of that. And I felt like I learned a few things here and there. But then afterward, things just kind of like went back to this huge confusion of like not understanding what was going on, the weight gain, like everything was just right back to where I started from. And so I felt like I really needed some additional guidance in terms of figuring out what was going on with my body and, getting it to a point where I could, look in the mirror, put on my clothes and feel good again and feel like excited about what my body was doing for me again.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. No, I understand. It's a common struggle, and it's a common path that brings people into working with us, is starting to play around with things on their own. Maybe they make some headway, maybe they see some positive changes, but they're usually short-term, temporary at best. And that opens the door into seeing like there's potential here, but I have no idea where to start. So on that note, what has the process of working together been like for you?
It's been really easy. One of the things that I most appreciate about you is that you're very good at explaining everything very clearly. I tend to be more kind of like scientific based and really interested in the science behind what we're talking about. Why are you recommending the things that you're recommending? And so I've really appreciated that component of it. We started out with testing. So getting a landscape or an understanding of what was going on. And then from there, you made some recommendations in terms of diet and supplements, all of which made a ton of sense to me. And I found really easy to do. You provided some meal plans, recipes, started filling out food journals so that you could review, what was I eating? How was I feeling? How was my body responding to the food and the supplements you had recommended so that you could tweak things along the way. I loved that aspect of it. It felt very customized to my own needs and my own reactions and how my body was handling everything. And the diet has been amazing. Like, you've called it the therapeutic diet. And it's restrictive in terms of what you can eat, but it's not restrictive in how much you can eat. And I found it much easier to do than the Whole30 because you can have legumes and quinoa and some other whole grains, whereas Whole30 doesn't feel like long-term sustainable to me because you're just, there's so few complex carbs that you can have. And so the therapeutic diet has really felt like, I could do this for 4 months, and it's felt, and it's like giving my body a chance to completely reset, build incredible habits that I know that I can continue to do moving forward. I don't think a month is quite enough time to like really get the hang of it. So doing this and working with you and having that accountability, talking with you regularly, making adjustments, talking about the challenges and the benefits has been like an amazing process throughout.
Good. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, like we've talked about before, there's so much more that goes into this process than just changing what you eat or taking a supplement here and there, right? I mean, there's emotions, there's habits, there's beliefs, there's behaviors. There's a lot of different aspects that we need to peel away the layers of the onion so that we get true, lasting change mentally, emotionally, physically. So that's great.
Yeah, that's a really good point. One of the things that we've worked on, in addition to the supplements and foods that I'm choosing to eat, are around just stressors and how stress, whether it's kind of chemical food stress or even like environmental stress, or if it's work, relationship, family stresses, all of those impact how your body's reacting and whether you're getting bloated after you eat and all these things. And like, I just had no concept that any of that was relevant or related. And so being able to kind of slowly work on some of those factors as well, like taking a lunch break from work and getting away from my desk and like actually focusing on my meal and appreciating the nourishment that I'm giving my body in that moment is actually really beneficial to my health. And so those are also additional things that we've been working on.
Nice. Yeah, those smaller little details that can make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Great. And then last question, what are some of the results that you've experienced?
Yeah. So I've been like just ecstatic. The energy levels are off the charts. I have been doing a lot of different kinds of workouts. I love doing yoga, like HIIT workouts, running, and my body is just very different now in terms of the energy levels. I feel like in the past I used to have to like plan the right little snack like 30 to 45 minutes before my workout, and then I would still hit like this energy wall. And now I just feel like boundless energy, and my body is just leaner. And so, running feels easier and lighter. I just feel like stronger, and I've been able to see the results that I've wanted from the work that I'm putting in with my exercise routines. In a way, like my body just responds very differently now to exercise, and it feels really good and high energy as opposed to just like a struggle. And so that's been a really incredible difference for me, just because I am athletic and I enjoy those activities, and those are important parts of my life. The other thing is just like body positivity. So being able to put my clothes on again and feel good and not just like I'm squeezing out everywhere it's just such an empowering feeling to feel like I appreciate my body. I'm not looking in the mirror and being like, oh, why is this happening? Like, why can't I fit in my clothes? Like, why am I so bloated? Like, all that confusion is gone. And just feeling really grateful for what my body has been able to do for me. And like, so the body positivity part is just fantastic. I've never felt this way before. And the other big thing for me has just been around like food taste and food cravings. So in the past, I would always be starving by like 10 a.m., even after eating breakfast at like 7 or 8. And I just could not make it to lunch. And I'd be reaching for the Cheetos or reaching for whatever salty, fatty snack I had. And just feeling like out of control. Like I could not focus on anything except like, where am I going to get my next food from? It just felt like it was kind of all consuming in a weird way, and it didn't feel healthy. And now I just I don't have those intense hunger pains and cravings. Um, the food that I eat is healthy and it tastes really good. Like, I never used to love salads before. I would always want to eat like pasta for lunch or, yummy, savory, hot food. And now like a salad tastes amazing to me, or like hummus and veggies taste amazing. It's like once you wean yourself off of the highly processed snack foods that are available everywhere in the office, at the convenience store, the grocery checkout line, as soon as you stop eating those foods, your mentality toward food and how it tastes changes radically. And it's just like this incredible reset that I feel like I've gone through. And so literally food tastes different and it tastes amazing.
Nice. That's so awesome. Yes, reconnecting with whole food.
Yes.
And, we often think that it's healthy eating is boring eating. It's going to taste bland. It's not going to, we're going to crave other foods. We're going to miss it. It's not sustainable. But you nailed it with how much our taste buds can change. And especially when we start feeling better than ever before, that in and of itself is a motivating factor too.
Totally.
Perfect. All right. Wonderful. Well, any other final closing words before we start to wrap up?
Yeah. I guess I would just say, like, what you offer is not a one size fits all type thing. Like, there's so many different formats of information and ways to connect, whether it's an online module or a group coaching call or a Facebook community. And then obviously the individual sessions, whether that's a web meeting or just chatting back and forth, messaging. There's like, I think no matter how you learn, no matter how you feel motivated or accountable, there's a way for you to find that in working with you. So it's so accessible and it's so easy. And I feel like literally anyone could do it and find success with it.
Awesome. Well, I am so glad and so thankful and honored to be a part of your journey, and that we got the results that you were looking for and then some. And I want to thank you so much for being such an incredible person to work with. You define the reason why I do what I do.
Well, so thank you. I'm so happy.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yay. Wonderful. Thank you again. And for anybody watching, please know I always offer complimentary 15-minute discovery calls. I know that health is such a personal topic and it can feel kind of intimidating talking to someone that you've never met before about your health. So that's exactly what that call is for. It's for us to get to know the concerns, some of what you're experiencing, what your goals are, and for you to ask me questions, get to know me a little bit better, and make sure it feels like a good fit before we discuss next steps. So I look forward to talking with each of you, and thank you again. Thank you. Have a wonderful night.